Hello everyone and happy Mardi Gras. Welcome to GoTarryn TV. This is Dr. T, PhD, the prodigy of sports psychology, and I'm here in the greater Atlanta area en route to my office, and as you can tell, I'm decorating myself in the spirit of Mardi Gras, and I can't think of a better guest to welcome here on today's show than my favorite guest, who's all the way down in Johannesburg, South Africa, Mr. Anthony Segal of I Defend Krav Maga. Now, before Anthony rejoins us back here on GoTarryn TV, I'd like to ask everyone out there if you'd please be so kind as to like this video, leave us a comment, and share it with all of your friends and family out there. Now, I've asked Anthony to rejoin us back here on today's video blog to catch up, check in, and see how everything in his world is going. And he's a great gentleman to talk about health, fitness, wellness, self-defense, being a better person, working out, and doing better. And that's what he's going to talk about, some positive reinforcement right here on GoTarryn TV. There's not a better guy that I can think of that can dish it out like this gentleman, and he's going to do that for us here momentarily. But before he comes on, I want to remind everyone out there that with GoTarryn Health and Fitness, it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. And as I pull into the parking lot, I'm going to go ahead and get ready, check into the office, get this video blog going, and we'll see you in a second.
I was just going to comment on your bling. Eh?
How is Mardi Gras down in South Africa? Is it pretty big there?
There's no Mardi Gras here.
Oh, really? I'm surprised. Oh, wow.
No, nothing like that. How's the little ones?
Good. Thank you. Yeah, everyone's good.
Yeah.
How about your crew?
And you better?
Yeah. Everyone's getting better, and I think we're finally coming out of this whole sickness, and
yeah,
looks like things are getting back to some kind of normal. How about there?
Fantastic.
Same.
Yeah, I think a lot of the people have, like, it's still obviously going into restaurants and going into shopping centers and going into gyms. You've got to enter with your mask on, but once you get to your table, take your mask off. But there is definitely a lot more contact with people and getting back. The roads are busier now on the highways, and people are back at the offices and so forth. So it's please God, it goes back to the new normal. Yeah,
that's true. How about business? How's it been going for you?
Thank God it's been a blessed start of the year of January, February. So there's some new clients have started, some new privates have started. So I think people are taking a little bit more conscious effort on taking care of themselves and learning some form of defense as well as getting fit. And we just they're there, and you know what they say, the whole idea of a successful business is show up. Show up. So even if you're showing up for one client or showing up for two clients, show up, because eventually it will break and you'll have your reputation and you'll have a successful school or successful business. Just show up and be 100% committed.
Yeah, that's so important. You're right. And here where we're at in America, it's just amazing. So many businesses have closed down, a lot of restaurants especially. And I think part of that is because a lot of people weren't showing up to their businesses as customers. So we had a lot of business closures, and a lot of these I don't think that are going to be reopening.
Yeah, look, as well, we've had in the last month, unfortunately, I don't know if it's obviously by default or by, and I can't put my finger on it as yet, but I mean, like, it's not arson, but I mean, I think it's like there was a restaurant that caught alight, and another restaurant that caught alight. Like, a lot of fires out of the blue have just like kind of happened. And I don't know if it's like, okay, well, it's a way of a restaurant, like saying, like, my insurance bailout, there's no money, the people aren't coming, the rent is too high, so you know what, let me just catch the lot of the restaurant, and then insurance pay you out. But it's all hearsay. I can't be, you know, marked and said, yeah, that's the reason. But, you know, look, we've just had another huge petrol increase, which has obviously caused a bit of worry and concern to people and businesses. And, you know, petrol goes up, then food goes up, and this goes up, and that goes up. So it's all about, you know, supply and demand. And, you know, obviously, I'm sure with what's happening with Iraq and Russia and what's going on, you've got your concerns in the States as well.
Yeah, it's incredible. What do you make of all of that right now? Is it affecting where y'all are down there in terms of the economy and gasoline and things like that?
Well, I'm sure that is because of the petrol increase, but I mean, the gasoline has definitely, you know, it's at a rocket high, I think, of like 22 rand something a liter. It's crazy, you know. So if you're driving, you know, a friend of mine drives like a big, good, like 4x4 kind of vibe, and he says it's like about nearly 3,000 rand to fill up a tank of petrol.
Oh no! Oh my God!
Yeah, it's crazy. So I feel like my heart goes out to the reps and the sales guys on the road that are, you know, commission based, and they have to sell, but they also have to drive to their clients, and they're on driving to their clients because they're worried about, whenever I make a sale, how do I make? I'm using petrol, but I'm not making money. So like it's a catch-22 situation.
Yeah.
And you, what's happening your side?
Yeah, you know, just the same. I guess we're kind of the opposite of you. We're coming out of the cold winter weather, now heading into the warmer weather. So I know that it's kind of not, you know, just a little bit of the opposite there. So we're kind of looking forward to I don't like cold weather, to be honest with you. So I really like the warmer weather. Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Well, absolutely. Like I was just talking to, you know, a friend, and I was talking to Mel, and I was just saying to her that, like, you know, immigration of like areas and countries, like, yes, the States, yeah, Australia, yeah. One country is definitely off the map is like London. I just don't understand how, you know, people wake up and your weather's gloomy and you still got to have a positive attitude to get out of bed and face the day. You know, there's no light, there's no sun, there's no this. And you just want to it's dull and it's miserable, you know. Sure. I had family here who came here from the States, or from London, I shall say, rather. And we had a picnic day with them. And, you know, it wasn't hot, but it was nice outside. And like she says, no, we got to go to shade. You know, this London skin, you know, I'll get burnt here in like a second. And so this isn't hot, man. This is it's like a miserable day for us here. But, you know, for them, it's like, my God, this weather is amazing, you know, because I don't have it. So, but yeah, all is good. And how's the doctors and all that? You back in full swing?
Yes. Pretty much. And you know, just as far as my business here, just continuing to work and teach, and also just write, you know, in papers and things like that. So it's just always good to keep busy, and I think it's important to do that, especially with everything that's going on. You know, we've talked about it before, how people kind of feel isolated and depressed when they're indoors, and a lot of people I've spoken to, they just feel kind of like, you know, stressed out, and they don't want to do anything. And a lot of people who aren't coming to the gym, for example, a lot of people are just staying home. You know, their excuse was first because of COVID, which I understand, but now that it's pretty much over with here, and they're just still not coming back. They said that they've gotten out of, you know, the routine.
Well, I think that the thing with that is, like, you become in a rut of your own disaster, of your own you're disastering, you like your own enemy, you know. Kind of you know that you need to train, you know that you need to eat healthy, you know that you need to do this, you know that you, but I've been in lockdown for 2 years nearly, and my body's kind of adjusted to the old habits of, well, this is Jimmy's doesn't exist anymore, or life doesn't exist outside these four walls. And I'll carry on eating or ordering the takeouts, and and not really doing anything constructive, even if it's taking a yoga mat on the inside your apartment and doing some sit-ups and push-ups and star jumps, 50 star jumps, 50 push-ups, 50 squats, whatever, every 3 days. Don't, the biggest thing is when people like make that decision to, train or do it, it's like, all in, they have that expression is balls to the wall, like go big or go home, kind of vibe. And you know what, if you haven't done something and there's been a huge, just hold on a second. There's been a huge adjustment in, like, your body doesn't do anything. So like you go, okay, well now, okay, I better get my A into G, and you turn around and say, okay, Monday starting 7 days a week, I'm going to gym, and it's that time. And for your first 7 days, you're rocking it. You're going to the gym, you're training, you're doing this, you're doing that, and eventually you burn out because your body, you woke up and you go, oh my God, I'm stiff. So now I'm too stiff to go tomorrow or the next week because I actually work parts of my body that I didn't know that even had muscles to it. And now I'm stiff. So therefore I'm not going to go to gym tomorrow. And then tomorrow becomes Tuesday becomes Wednesday. And then you're back into your routine. So I always say, if someone's going to start something or do something, baby steps, like start 3 times a week, or maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and then try and then eventually you start doing like 4 times a week, 5 times a week, and then you're in a routine, and then your body actually craves it, and says, I need to actually not only physically train for health wise, but I think for my mind, like to do something like for your mind is so important, exercising and everything for the mind, and then not getting into that rut of life and depression and anxiety and eating disorders and the list goes on, because you just fall into this like norm of your old bad habits.
Yeah, that's true. We're seeing it a lot, and it started with all the excuses of, like, first, when COVID first happened, I know a lot of members of the gym would say, well, when things calm down, I'll come back to the gym. And then it was like, well, when they invent a vaccine, I'll come back to the gym. And then after the vaccine, they said, well, once the numbers go down a little bit, then I'll come back. And now it's like completely, pretty much almost like a, pretty much like an endemic, I think they're calling it, not a pandemic. And so we reached out to a few people, and they said, well, yeah, I will as soon as in the next season for us is summer. They said, when summer it starts getting too hot outside, I'll come into the gym. So there's always something, but
yeah.
So
but also we found that also some of the people who, I'm not saying there isn't, but there's some people that are gym fanatics that needed to exercise, and they created their own little home gym at home, like went to like the the fitness centers and bought weights and bought the yoga mat and bought this, and they've actually created a little gym within their own home.
Sure.
And not saying that they don't train, they do train, but they've actually become into this, like, well, I've got my own gym set up now at home. I actually don't need to gym anymore in a gym. I'm still doing everything that I would do: back, shoulders, chest, triceps, biceps, whatever. But it's all in the confined area of my own personal home. I've created a little gym. Yeah. So that's good. But I still think human reaction or human contact is very important.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're right. I mean, For me, I'm that way where I have to go to the gym to exercise. I can't do it at home because it's just too crazy, and it doesn't feel like it's as effective. But it's like you said, just when there's other people and when it just feels like the right time to exercise, you have that good energy, that positive kind of, connection. And I think that helps so much. But I think that's so important.
Yeah, look, absolutely, because everything is still kind of still set up like I still work from home, or I still do this, and it's like then you just turn around and say, like, it's like saying a woman going, like, having a hair appointment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sure, like you can have the traveling lady who comes to the house and does your hair and does your makeup, does your nails, does your waxing, whatever. But the woman still needs to sometimes just go out and leave children at home, husband at home, and have me time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the same applies to the gym side of things. Like, you're at home, you're working, you're with kids, you're with your wife, you're around. Not that you need to get away from them. It's just that you need your headspace to clear your head and do your own training. And I think personally, I enjoy being out in the gym rather than doing something. And it's more motivating when you're there because you're seeing other people training here, and to try and wake up in the morning and say, okay, you got to go to the gym before you start working at home. It's like, now I'm just stay in pajamas the whole day because I'm working from home, kind of thing, and you don't get anything done.
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose it goes back to the same saying as, that like that Navy SEAL who had that big talk about why he makes a bed in the morning.
I remember that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's about like, well, it's your purpose of like what you've accomplished, for the day.
Yep.
And it's the same as your body. But, like, if you look at gym and you look at like eating, when you say, okay, well, I'm going to do a 3-day fast, or I'm going to have breakfast, I won't have lunch, and then I will have supper. I'll have no breakfast, I'll have lunch and supper, or whatever your equation is. But it's like, and people go, well, I'm still not losing weight. And you go, well, you need to eat 5 meals a day. And you go, are you crazy? That's putting on weight. And we've explained it to, like, it's like having a fire and you're adding coal to the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll say your body's going, okay, well, you keep feeding me, therefore I've got things to burn.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore whatever you feed me, I'm just turning and burning and burning and burning. But if you like say, okay, I'm having a breakfast, no lunch, and then supper, or no breakfast, lunch, and supper, the body says, I don't know when I'm getting my next meal. So I'm going to store that meal that I just had and create fat, essentially to like keep your body running. And it's the same as gym, like once you get into a regime of like start your 3-day a week gym and then your 4-day or 5-day, and eventually like gym becomes part of like a need, like a drug, but a good drug of like health, body, mind, conscious. Like if I don't go to gym, I feel bad, I feel irritated, I feel angry with myself, I feel that I can't accomplish anything. So it's the same as everything else, everything in moderation, but eventually once it kicks and the bug bites, it becomes like a routine of your life.
Mm-hmm. Very well said, Anthony. I always tell my clients, think of it like brushing your teeth. Like you wouldn't go a day without actually, brushing your teeth. It's the same.
Well, some kids would.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and maybe some adults too. But I feel the same way. If I don't make it to the gym, you're right. That stress that adds up because it feels like we have 24 hours in a day, and surely we can find 1 hour of that 24 to be productive and burn calories and exercise. But sometimes you're right, it's hard. It's very, very difficult and challenging.
It is hard, but no one says that No one says that, listen, if I get to the gym, I've got to spend 2 hours in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a very quick workout for 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and in and out. Like it takes long because you drag your feet, or you talk, or you this, you that. But you can do a good 5 exercises within 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Anything from 4 to 45 sets of 10 reps per set. You can get out of a gym in 45 minutes, easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's perfect.
You come in for a purpose. You come in, it's like, I suppose it's like saying, take someone's passion of whatever they might have.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like, I want to play golf as a passion. My passion is golf.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, okay, cool. When you go to the range and you go hit some balls, okay, you don't worry about what's going to happen at supper. You don't worry about what's happening for the next staff meeting. You don't care. You switch off, and you and the ball and your club, and you concentrate, and you use your 9-iron, use your Big Daddy, whatever you're using to go hit those balls, and just concentrate and hit it. And it's the same as gym. When you walk through those doors, switch off from the world and just come in and focus on your body, focus on your mind, focus on you, and just have that 45 minutes to clear your head.
Yep. It's kind of like, I'm sure you've seen it, Anthony, like in the gyms where some of the, and I think usually men, maybe women too, but men are very notorious for just grabbing their phone and holding their phone like at the gym and just looking at it, really doing that more so than doing the exercise. Like if they're away from the machine and they just stand there and texting. But I see it all I don't know if maybe that's just an American thing, but do you see
that? Look, they do. Look, there are some guys that use their phones because they monitor their progress on growth of on their phones, and also there's apps on the phones like JFit and all these kind of different exercises. So you're looking, today I'm going to go do tries, and like it will give you 10, 15 different try exercises to do. It doesn't mean that you have to do all of them in that one session. You can break it up and do 3 try exercises, switch it up. But I think the biggest thing here with gym and people getting into gym is that the fatigueness or the same routine. And I think the biggest thing here is that people need to learn to shock their body.
Yes.
So like let's say Mondays is bars, Tuesdays is tries, chest is Wednesday, and so forth. Then next week you go bars, tries, chest. Next week bars, tries, chest. And the body says, okay, well, I know that I'm going to do bars today, but now all of a sudden you walk in and you go, okay, today I'm going to do legs, and your body goes, what the hell? This isn't expected. And you'll see your growth change because you've shocked the body into like a change of like the unexpected. So it's very important to switch your routine around and work different parts of the body, and also different bicep exercises or tricep exercises or legs. If you're going to do biceps and you're going to go, okay, hammer curls, bicep curls, preacher curls, whatever, but then change it around and just do a set of 7s or the following week, so your body doesn't know the same routine all the time, which is and then also your gym becomes more interesting because it's not like routine, it's changed, so your body doesn't know what's expected.
It's a great way to break up the monotony there, because you're right. Sometimes if the muscles become, say, immune to the same thing, then you're absolutely right about that. They kind of get used to it, and at that point it's just more maintenance versus actually growing and the hypertrophy.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. And then also training, like walk in and do abs first and then do your workout, and then go home, or then maybe do your workout first and then do abs when you finish your workout. So it doesn't know when or how the routine changes. They say, what is it? There's an expression, I think, if I remember, it says something about don't wake up for work, work to wake up. You know, so you wake up because you want to wake up because you're passionate about something, not because I have to go work because I have to make a living. No, live to make a living, not work to make a living.
Yeah,
something to that effect. So just enjoy, go out and enjoy your life and enjoy, and be kind to yourself all the time. You know, be kind to you, be kind to, because if you give yourself that kindness, you'll put it out a lot better to people.
Yeah, I believe that it gives good energy, and you're right. People will reap what they sow, and
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think
100%.
especially here in our country, Anthony, that people kind of move so quickly and very stressed out, and have to work as many hours as I can and such. But they're very driven here as far as needing to just probably do too much, and I think that's probably why part of the reason here in the States we have a very high incidence and percentage of stress, but especially cardiovascular disease. You know, that's the number one cause of death by far for all Americans, and I think it's attributed mostly from stress and just working too much.
And sizing up on your meals.
Oh yes, yeah. We are the leaders in supersize and overconsumption here in our country.
Yeah.
Before, but yeah.
But I heard a saying that was actually quite like, people, before, you want to talk about people behind their back, and you want to talk about, now I'm reading this book that says growing each day, and one of the things that said, like, when you talk, what they say, lashon hara, of like talking behind someone's back about that person and so forth. If you turned it around and said, if you knew, as hard as you worked for the day, if you spoke badly about that person, and when you came home, you might not have a house, or you might not have a car, or $30,000 will be taken out of your bank account, or how careful would you be in watching how you use your tongue around and in talking badly about people? If you knew that there was a ramification to your actions, then you could lose something that you've worked hard towards. So I talk badly about Taryn, and I go, Taryn, he's wasting my Saturday, and and now I leave and I come home and I go, oh, geez, there's 10 grand missing out of my account. Why? But if I said, such an honor and such a privilege that he takes the time to talk to me, and he's such a gentleman and so well mannered in this, and I've got so much to learn from him. Like, be kind to him, be kind to yourself, because if you want to talk horrible, expect people to talk horrible about you. And it's the same as going into gyms, going into anything that you want to put your heart into. If you're passionate about something, and the biggest thing that you need to be passionate about is yourself. You've got to be passionate about your life. You've got one life. You've got to be able to look at it and say, what do I want to leave behind? A legacy, a footprint, of like, what did I do? What did I accomplish? What did I, and it doesn't have to be wealth. It doesn't have to be the big mansion. It doesn't have to be the fancy car. It can be just being generous and kind to yourself, and being kind to others, and treating people with humility and decency, and that passes. There's things about, don't judge people by money, the cars, or the judge them by their kindness, their humility, their love, how they respect people. That's what counts. It's not about I have to be the biggest person in the gym, the strongest person here. No, you've just got to be you. You've got to be you, and you've got to appreciate that God has given you a body that is for your transport to accomplish something on this earth. And are you just sitting around and not doing anything? What what accomplishment are you achieving at the end of the day?
Very well said, Anthony. You're right. And that's what it comes down to. No question about it. I'm a big believer in that, just focusing more on the positive, and that goes with what you and I do with helping to coach others. And, that's what it's definitely all about. So you're a wizard and a master at that, and I commend you for it, Anthony. But
not exactly. No, I've got many, many teachers. You're a teacher to me. I've got senseis. I've got, you don't, never ever, I'm never ever too proud to say I don't know, and please teach me and show me. And goes with being humble and have something and be able to be willing to share and not be worried about that it's going to be taken away from me because I'm parting with my knowledge. Knowledge is a gift, and it's about sharing it, about letting someone grow from it. I take knowledge away from every student that I work with. I learn from every student that I teach, every client that I have in a private, because everyone's got a path that they want to travel.
And you're right. It's never too late to learn. You can always continue learning, and I'm
absolutely
on that too. Education is so important, but I like
sure.
Definitely learn from other people, and vice versa. I learn so much from you every time we talk. And Anthony, I really appreciate your time, and this 30 minutes flew by way so fast, as always.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah, well,
and thank you for taking the time, and always it's a privilege and an honor to talk to you.
Likewise.
And thank you very much for making contact with me.
Oh, yeah, you got it, Anthony. Thank you. And again, before we let you go, let's go ahead and plug your contact information, please, before we fade to black.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. It's Anthony at I Defend Krav Maga, which is www.idefend.co.za. And you can look up onto my website. And thank you to Taryn and GoTV.
Oh, thank you so much, Anthony. You're really great. And again, it's an honor to talk to you as always. And as we fade to black here, one more time, here comes your contact information, Anthony. Cheers. Take care. Be safe. Stay well. And we'll see you next month.
Lovely. You too. Look after yourself.
Yes, sir. You too.
Keep well. Thank you. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Bye.
Bye.